Hey, you found us! Right, so as you might be aware, Our In Taste is a brand new home for all things food and drink from Rebellious Noise, including the pie and mash off. So this is a brand new episode. It has been in the making for a long time. Please be aware this episode did face the most tech issues that we've ever had at Rebellious Noise, it seems. It was filmed 3 years ago and we've just run into brick wall after brick wall. We've ironed them out mostly, but there are a few things left as far as audio issues, so please, if you're struggling at any point, feel free to stick on the closed caption subtitles and hopefully that'll help you out. This episode, because of all the issues, has delayed so much of what we've been doing at Rebellious Noise, including other episodes of the Pie and Mash Off that we wanted to keep in line with continuity issues. So they'll be coming soon, so don't worry about that. We've got a lot more coming on this channel, but stay tuned to the original Rebellious Noise channel as well, because over there we're going to be having bonus content, including a bonus episode based on this episode as well. So make sure once you've seen this episode that you click the link at the end to go to the bonus episode. Right, so let's get to the episode.
We're here for Rebellious Noise, once again doing a pie and mash off, and today, for the first time in the series, we're in South London. We're going to see what their pie and mash is like. Connor today is going to help us out as our guest presenter. How you feeling, Connor?
I'm actually feeling really good today. The weather's nice. I've got an appetite. Tropical scene, you know what I'm saying?
What about you, Tel? What do you think about South London pie and mash? Are you expecting much?
You know what, after the last one we went to, which was out of East London, normally I wouldn't have much hope, but I've got high hopes now.
So I'm here with Ali, and we are at Golden Pie in Battersea / Clapham Junction, and he's going to tell us a bit about his pie and mash shop. So how long have you been working here for?
I've been here for 7 years, but
Yeah.
I've been doing pie and mash for about 29 years.
29 years?
Yeah.
As a chef originally then?
Yeah, I used to work in Cooks in Shepherd's Bush.
Yeah?
For 22 years, that's what I got the experience from there.
Okay. I'm really hungry as well. Yeah. Alright boys, are you ready?
Mate, this looks amazing.
Let me get this. I've never had it before.
That is a bowl.
No, it's not probably a bowl, it's more like a... What made you come to this shop then, as well as them closing down?
I used to live closely before in Pimlico.
Okay.
So I used to come to this side a lot, and I always liked this area. Lovely customers, it's a main road, very easy to get to.
Was this a pie and mash shop before?
It used to be a kebab shop before.
Oh, this is a kebab shop?
Yeah, I used to turn it into a pie
and you turned it into a pie and mash shop?
Yeah.
Wow,
So
okay.
it took me a while to do it.
And when was that?
2011.
Okay, so it's fairly
Used
used
to yeah.
I mean, compared to the ones that have been
most of
the
my
isms.
yeah, some of them 100 years.
Yeah, 100 years
Even
old,
the
yeah.
one I used to work in, it was about 170 years old.
Yeah, it's a shame they closed that one, especially when it's been around so long. It's like,
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Most of them, they're gone. That's a shame, yeah.
yeah. Did you get customers from there then?
Yeah, a lot of customers,
there?
yeah, about 50% of the customers that start coming in here now.
Oh, that's good.
It took me a while to, but we did some advertising, but yeah, I mean, we've got most of the customers from the bush becoming here now.
Is your recipe the same or similar to that one? Is that one?
It's quite similar, yeah. I did change a bit with the recipe.
Make your own style sort of thing?
Yeah, the same pastry, I changed the way I do.
Hold down.
Very hot, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, that's good though.
He did say it was going to be hot, by the way.
It's actually hot. He just literally made his pies.
I really like the pastry.
Well, most of the time actually use the machine. I prefer to do the pies by hand.
Okay.
So might take us a bit longer, but I think the pies are much better than pies done by the machine.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen it done like this before.
They do it in other small pieces in the pastry. They roll it. Yeah, it took me a while to get used to this machine because we never used to do it that way before.
So in Cooks you did it the way most people do something, or?
Yeah, they have the dough sheet in Cooks, but they make the pies in the pie machine, which is a bit faster than doing it by hand. But I prefer that by hand. The pies are much better.
Yeah.
To be honest. That's the tops, and that's the bottoms. Two different pastries.
Okay. Oh, two different pastries.
Two different pastries. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So what we do, we put the bottoms there first.
Yeah.
Push them down, then we put the mince in.
Okay. Yeah. So into the base.
The base of the
Yeah.
pies. Yeah.
Okay. This just makes me want to have a pie and mash shop now.
We're doing a lot of events here as well.
Yeah.
Last week I did Battersea Power Station, 200 people,
Wow.
mash.
Wow. Well, so you deliver it to them?
I deliver it to them,
Yeah.
they do it quarterly. And I've got a few people in a few places in Roehampton, all people places.
Yeah.
I deliver to them as well. They're like 60 to 70 people at a time.
I bet they love it.
Got a couple of weddings coming up,
Yeah.
having pie and mash.
I think that's what I want to do, you know? Pie and mash on my wedding.
Yeah,
I think I would.
the only problem is I have to do it there is in Farnham in
Oh, really?
Kent, so
Wow.
I have to take all the machines with me there.
Oh, okay, so you can do it as fresh as you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. Everybody got a different recipe for his pie and mash.
And most of them secret as well.
Yeah, nobody tells the way you do it. Like step. Step we do, just splash the water to make sure the tops will stick.
Yeah. Oh, so the top, it sticks on the sides of it.
Yeah, just splash with water when you cook it. The tops they pop up.
Yeah.
A lot of pie and mash shops, they do the pies in the metal plates. That's the thing I've changed here. I do them in foil, it's much cleaner, and the pastry is much better and healthier that way. It's, don't get in touch with the metal.
I guess, yeah, it must cook fine.
Yeah, it cooks different as well, yeah. Because the foil is thinner than the other
Yeah.
one. And pie mashes, they got different oven as well.
Yeah.
With the pie mash, you got different oven.
So the guy does the pie underneath there. He does them in a, can't see one, but yours can see it better. He does them in foil, you don't do them in metal.
Yeah.
So that they cook better, basically. You don't do it on metal on it. Yeah.
So it's not soggy, it's
Yeah,
more of
exactly. That's impressive. Now, obviously today we've got a guest in Connor. Connor's been on the show before, but if you remember, he was crazy. He kind of gave you a hard time. Today's gone for the liquor to help us with a rating. I hope you enjoy it. You've had it before, right?
I just prefer gravy.
Well,
Take the northern side.
that's it. Yeah, I mean, you're not originally you're not from London, right? So, what was it like when you come to London and we're all banging on with that pie mash? What did you think?
See, in Cambridge, it's more of a sophisticated kind of milk. It's not so traditional, like you still have. You still have like pies and you still have like mash. Obviously, like, it's an English kind of food, but most places that you have pie mash, it's more of like the way the pastry or the chunks of meat or what kind of vegetables you put inside it, and it's more of a fancier style of pie mash.
Yeah.
And then you start getting more creative. Here it's more like a quick, fast food version. Like,
It is, yeah.
you don't get that in the smaller cities, so again, it's like it's more of a convenience, and I like that. It's like if you want a quick pie and mash, you can't really do that. You gotta wait if you're gonna go somewhere in Cambridge.
Yeah, here you can literally bang it out.
Yeah, it's quick. It's
And
fast.
it's hot. It's nice, hearty, home deal kind of meal to it, isn't it? So.
I'm sorry I'm not talking. I'm just
I'm originally from Lebanon.
Lebanon.
I come from southern Lebanon.
Okay.
They like the traditional things there.
Yeah. So what did you think when you come here and saw?
So I
pie and mash?
came here to study in 1990.
Yeah.
And took a part-time job, and that's it. I love pie and mash, especially because of traditional traditional food.
What do people think of it in Lebanon? Like when you mention what you do.
Well, I mean, that's what I said. I come from the southern. They care a lot about the food.
Yeah.
Traditional food. They do a lot of traditional dishes there.
So they can appreciate tradition from here. sort of
Tradition.
thing.
So that's why I got started with pie and mash. I
Wow.
love the traditional, especially traditional.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm
And
doing this.
pie and mash, I think is one of the best food.
It doesn't go much more traditional, does it?
Very healthy,
does it?
and people they love it. And I like the atmosphere.
Mm.
You know, working in the pie and mash shop.
Yeah.
It's not me. I love the atmosphere. You know, the customers, the joking. It's very nice.
That's
Quite
great.
interesting.
So the first time you had pie and mash, do you remember where that was, or
1990, yeah.
was that in that shop as well?
Yeah, that was my first shop ever.
Your first shop ever?
I used to, I was studying electrical
Wow.
engineering. Then I went there for part-time, and I liked the job so much. So
And it became your
carried
life.
on, yeah.
That's amazing. So you come here to do electrical engineering, and in the end,
Yeah,
no, I
I
fall in love with pie and mash.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a great story.
Yeah, I love the business.
That is really
Pie
cool.
and mash is,
Wow.
it's not about money or anything, but I
Yeah.
love the atmosphere. I love. I don't know, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, and you're
So
keeping the
many-
tradition alive, which is beautiful.
Yeah, I love the
You know?
tradition.
And the fact that you turned a kebab shop into it's like the reverse of what
Yeah.
most people do.
Yeah, that's why it took me a while to get it going.
Yeah.
But people appreciate good pie mash. That's what I love about it.
What was the first pie mash you had? Like pie mash and liquor side pie mash.
It's actually a shop in Hoxton.
Hoxton, okay.
I actually think it's probably my favourite shop actually.
Yeah.
You can get brandy in there.
No, both liquor and gravy.
Both?
Because it was near my old college, so I went.
Oh, you mean two different times?
Yeah.
Not together at the same time.
Quite to make earlier.
Yeah.
Just we have to leave it the rest of it to make sure that the pastry doesn't shrink when you cook it.
Oh, okay.
So you have to leave the pastry for a while.
Yeah.
Just before we go in the oven, we just preheat the oven
Yeah.
with the right temperature. And we're splashing the water, otherwise the pastry will burn.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we just do a splash of water. This oven I can cook about 5 trays, 100 pies in the pan.
Handy for those big orders then.
Yeah. Normally it takes about 10 minutes when the oven is nice and hot.
Yeah.
To cook 2 trays. I mean, the more you put in, that quite slow the oven down a bit. So
Yeah.
you need to leave them a bit longer. Come on, nice.
Yeah. Were you tempted to keep some kebabs or something, try anything like
Well,
that?
there's a lot of customers there who said, oh, why you don't do kebab?
Yeah.
I don't like to mix
Put
it.
kebab in the pie or something.
I don't like to mix any other food.
Yeah. Well, some shops do, don't they? They add
Yeah, I know.
peas and
Yeah, but
potatoes.
you got the people who like pie mash.
Yeah.
Pie mash eaters.
Yeah. They
They
get
come to the shop, they see kebab, they say that.
Yeah. They're like, well, you're not doing pie mash properly.
This is like proper pie mash. That's why I don't like to mix
Yeah, you don't want to risk it.
pie mash with other food. All I did is just cover pies, but still in the same flavors. I don't like chicken mushroom pies.
Yeah.
And got some vegetarian people.
Yeah,
Like vegetable
yeah.
pies for them.
That makes sense.
Sometimes in Christmas time I do special pies with venison pies.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. But themed, that means, yeah.
Mainly it's minced meat.
Yeah, but ain't like you got like pizza next to it or anything like that. That would be weird.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And what about your mash? How do you do your mash?
The mash I use this machine.
Okay.
Cook the potatoes and yeah, that's quite good. You got the electric machines,
Yeah.
but I like everything simple. This is very easy to clean
Yeah,
and quite efficient. You know, when you mash potatoes, it takes you like to do a cooking of potato, mash cooking potato, it takes you about 2 minutes. Or less than 2 minutes. Just put them much there, and it goes down.
Give you a nice workout.
And you got nice muscles after
Yeah.
using that for a while.
I think everybody who makes pie mash should start putting it in a bowl because it just makes bigger access much easier.
Yeah.
And now I'm upset, I'm finished. I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat that.
You ain't never.
That was really good.
Yeah. That liquor as well.
You need to eat slump.
That's what we're learning, isn't it?
Real school.
So we just got done a golden pie, and you know how we do it on this show. We've got to rate the pie and mash liquor, decor and presentation, and the price, and give it an overall grade. Now, was golden pie a golden pie for you boys? I'm starting with you, Tel.
I enjoyed that so much. Like, what are we starting with? The pies.
Start with the pie.
The pie for me was like, I don't know, we've been to a few, you've seen the videos, but that one, the pastry was just,
One thing I've learned, man, is you like a good pastry.
I like a good pastry. It's all about the it's just lit up. I'm so happy right now. I even got seconds. So rating out of 10, I give the pie a 9.
Giving the pie a 9?
I mean, I enjoyed the filling, I enjoyed the pastry, I enjoyed the pie. And it's all about the pie.
It's all about the pie. Connor, my man, guest host today.
It's called golden pie because the meal today was just superb. It was golden, and the pie itself, I generally thought the pastry was just really well done, crispy, but it wasn't burnt throughout. Like the foil tins really makes the bottom of the pie not so soggy and more on that crispier side. The only issue that I'd say, and this is just me being critical because there has to be something critically wrong with this, I'd say that I'd want more meat inside my pie. So I'm gonna give it a 9 as well because at that one point is just the meat inside the pie. But if you top that off, like perfect.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the pie as well. The filling was really good. It was really tasty. Connor, you saying you wanted a bit more? I think it was the right amount for me, but like you say, different strokes, different folks and all that. That's fine. But I enjoyed the pie. The pastry was good. It was a nice. It was like more like puff pastry-ish, you know. It was like flaky a little, but it worked really well with the other stuff as well, which we'll mention. I would give it a 9 as well. It was a little too thick for me because I couldn't cut it as easy. I felt the only reason why it got anywhere near a little bit burnt is because we were talking to him for so long. So to be fair, I ain't even going to take that into account because that was our fault.
I took the least burnt one.
Yeah, no, but they didn't give us any burnt ones anyway. But no, it was really good. It was really good, the pie. No, call the police. Where you going with the mash?
I think the mash was the worst part about the meal. Not that there was anything bad about it, but everything else was so good that the mash sort of bring it down. But it's not to say that it wasn't good. Yeah, it was just standard mash.
Yeah.
So what's the standard mash score?
I don't know.
What have I rated in the past? 7.
I would say I've had better mash before, for certain, but I liked the fact that the mash size was perfect for the portion that you had. And the fact that they dripped it in the liquor or gravy afterwards kind of just added that extra texture to the extra flavour that you've already got from the sauce. So I believe that they used it in the right way. So that's why I'm going to score it a really high kind of 8, 9. I'd say I'm going to give it another 9.
Another 9. I'll give it an 8. I really enjoyed the mash as well. Part of me was thinking it weren't a good amount. I wanted more, but I think it was alright actually. You know, it was
After you got seconds.
yeah. Well, then it was a bit much. No, it was good. I did enjoy the mash. It was really smooth. I'm not a fan of the actual scooping, but that's getting into presentation and stuff like that. But I did enjoy it. It was good mash. I'm going to go with solid 8. Now we're going to move on to the liquor. Liquor for you, Tel.
Liquor was great. Last one we did, I said that you couldn't get much better than that.
Yeah.
I think this was on par with that. So I'm 10. I really enjoyed that liquor.
10
Same
for the
as
liquor.
other one. Yeah.
What about you, Com?
You know what?
Not usually a liquor man either, but
It wasn't thin and it wasn't insipid, and it still had really good flavour. So that means that they pulled the recipe together and they've actually produced something with an actual added quality to the dish. So I believe that the liquor was good. I would prefer it with gravy, but in terms of liquor, I'd probably give it an 8.
as far as liquor goes, it was quite thick. It was a bit luminous, bright green. You know, puts you off for me a little bit. I prefer it a little bit darker. I did enjoy the liquor though. I thought it was good, tasty. The only thing is, I felt like I kept putting on more vinegar. It weren't holding it. I don't get how, but for some reason I felt like it was ended up being a little dryish.
More liquor than other places because it was in that bowl. It was a lot.
It was nice though. It was just like the last episode where we were saying on that how you could just eat it as a soup. You know what I mean? It would be nice. Even just a little bit of mincemeat with it, you know?
I reckon if you had that amount of liquor on your last meal, you would have put the same amount of vinegar on.
What do you mean?
Like in the last shop, you didn't put as much vinegar on as you did this time.
Yeah.
But I think the
Because
actual
there was so much of it, it got soaked into. Because even when I tried that sugar weird mix that it was suggested,
kind of about that.
the sugar kind of just got lost in the liquor straight away. So there was a lot of liquor. So price, it was £4. £4, still a decent price. A bit more expensive than some of the others, but I really appreciate the way he does everything handmade. Time and effort and love and care goes into this. And we'll get into this in the presentation as well, but it's different. They are different, but they're really good. He's got his own flavour, his own style, literally his own flavour. He keeps it traditional, but so I feel like, it's worth paying that a little bit more. It's still only £4 though, man. £4's cheap, so I'm still going to say, for what it was worth, 10. I'm still going to give it 10. Yeah, for the quality of the meal, good hearty, warm meal, 10, man. It gets 10 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly what you just said. I'm going to go with. Do you know what though? £4. What were the other shops? 3.8,
3.30, 3.20, and then
so it's a little bit more. So I can't give them a full 10. I know it tasted nice, but so did all the other ones.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna go with a 9.
9. Okay. 9. Yeah. I'm at 10. Like, if you go higher, if you're not accounting for inflation and you are just putting it up, I wouldn't say go any higher. But if there's inflation, fair enough, go higher. But if it went higher than £4, then I might bring that to 9 as well. I get what you're saying. What about you, mate?
I generally feel like something like that is just based on location, especially in this place.
Yeah.
So I can't really fault them for adding the extra couple of pennies on top of that.
Is it? When you say it like that,
you got to think about the actual meal and how quality it is, and if he's doing it by hand like that, a couple more pennies on top of that, that, I wouldn't mind paying that extra, especially in Clapham.
Yeah.
I don't know anywhere else like around here that sells pie and mash, so boom, I'll be there. So I'm gonna give it a 9 as well, yeah.
Lastly, we're going to decor and presentation. First, when I walked in there, I honestly thought we were in the wrong place. I started to think this is a cash. I guess the negative for that is that it didn't look like your traditional one, but it only opened in 2011. How traditional? You can't fake it that much, you know, and go back and just, I don't know. But on the counter, there's nice, massive old pictures. You still had some of your similar style that you get in pie and mash shops, but
It was a mix of modern and
it was a mix,
traditional.
but it was a good mix though. But it did make me think at first, are we in the right place? I would like to see more things like old photos of the areas, you know, I'm a sucker for that. So, but it was clean and all that kind of stuff, so I won't bring it down too much. I'm going to give it a 6, you know. It was nice and clean, but it wasn't as traditional as I hoped. The way the food was on the plate though, not a fan of the actual scoop, but at least it weren't scraped on. You know, I like it dumped in, but not circular, but at least it ain't scraped. I don't like the scrape. This was good, and to have it in that like bowl type plate, it was, for the liquor was amazing. It was different. It was, mate, for that, I'm going to have to bring it back up. So I'm going to go 8. 8? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to bring it up to 8. I would have brought it down, but I think the innovation, it sounds silly, but about a plate, but just the style of that, I'm going to bring it back up to an 8.
I would honestly say for everybody out there that owns a pie and mash shop, put it in a bowl, because that was perfect. Good. I don't know why more people don't do it. Yeah. And I know what you're saying about the shop not being traditional as it is, but it was clean, it was a nice place to eat. I enjoyed being in there, and
friendly as well,
purely for the fact that when that food come over, it looks amazing. It's a 10 from me, full 10.
Full 10. Wow, okay, cool. What about you, mate?
I don't know, like, to me, presentation of a shop, I mean, this just might be my bar background, but I generally feel like this is more of an atmosphere kind of based experiment, you know, like, and to walk into it, what you'd think a pie and mash shop should be. You come in and it's got the big counter, you got those canteen style chairs, like, of course the shop's a little bit old and rustic, but you sit inside and you got a nice conversation from the lovely lady behind the counter. She wants to come and have a talk with you about what's in the paper, you know, like, that's what you expect, you know. You go there for the conversation, you go there just to be able to have a little bit of a culture experience, you know, and I believe that this shop really like saw it in that kind of way. So for me, also the bowl, I thought that was ingenuity, I thought that was great, you know, like, perfect. So I'm gonna keep my score at a 9 at this one.
And one thing that Ali mentioned to us off camera is basically at one point we were talking about some of the deliveries. He does it online locally. You can get on like Uber Eats and stuff like that. He was saying that, you know, it's not even about like the extra money from that. It's about giving that customer the pie and mash who can't get here. The old guy, the one who's looking after his dad and he can't get here, and that kind of stuff. And I thought that was really admirable. That wasn't even on camera. So I just want to point out that's like he, you know, especially to come from Lebanon and come here and be so fixated in the tradition that you open up your own shop. His first job was a pie and mash shop, you know, like, and he loves the culture. He said he loves the community and he just wants to serve it. And I think that's what we're looking for in this show. And yeah, I think props to Ali and props to Golden Pie in general. So boys, you enjoyed it then?
Yeah, it was great.
Connor, man, thanks for coming on the show this time and filling in as our special guest. Please subscribe to us, check out more episodes of the Pie and Mash Off at revnoise.com and on the YouTube channel. Tell your friends, spread it out there, check out our playlist, and yeah, see you guys next time.